Well, Clinton Dinah, thank you very much for speaking with me today. Take me back to the beginning and how it was that you decided that this was going to be your life's work.
Well, when I met my wife in Alabama, she was going to school at Oakwood College. She was from Anchorage, and so we had our first daughter. So I moved to from Huntsville, Alabama, to Anchorage, Alaska in '97. I ended up getting an interview at a home here in Anchorage. The individuals in the home are the ones who actually hired me. And this was in 1997, and turned out to be my life's work. Turned out to be something that I've been doing for over 20 years. Something I enjoy doing. I end up saying, hey, who's better to work with me than my wife? Someone who can have my back, someone who's going to look out for me, someone who's going to have my best interests at heart, and someone who I know she's going to stay with me and we're going to work together through everything.
And so we introduced the idea. It was on a year trial basis to see how it would work as a husband and wife team as a dual HAC. And 15 years later, this is not where I thought I was going to end up. I wanted to be an electronics engineer. But here I am, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
You both really work 24 hours a day. What do you get out of doing this? It's not for a paycheck, I assume.
No, not at all. We've always been around, like my mom has always been in the nursing business. His mom has always been in the nursing business. So we're used to being around that environment of taking care of others. So this is all very natural for us. This wasn't something that was difficult to really get into or make it part of our daily lives because it was already.
I think Donna's been a little modest. So let me just tell you. This lady here, we had one of our very special person that lived in our other home. She was in the hospital and for a couple of weeks. And Dinah would go and sit in the hospital with her all day. You don't see that type of commitment in a lot of places. And so when you ask the question about a paycheck, it never can be about a paycheck because you don't get paid enough for the work you do in this business. But I can honestly tell you that the sacrifices that are made for the folks that you take care in your home, it's unmeasurable of the things that you do and the call of that you go beyond to make sure that they're taken care of and they know that they're loved. She is resilient in a lot of ways and has done a lot in this business and for hope and for our home. And so she deserves the credit today because I've seen her go and be up at 6 in the morning and then come home for 1 or 2 in the morning because she's sitting at the hospital with the individuals in her home. So that's a better way of being described to you about how it is.
The same can be said about him because the individual that he works with is nonverbal. His mobility is very limited. And so he relies a lot upon Clint to be able to verbalize the things that he needs. And Clint knows him very well. This is the individual that he's been with on and off since '97. And so this particular individual has to have surgery every 5 or 6 years to replace a pump that he has. And the doctor is so confident in Clint's skills and his ability to work with this particular individual that he was very adamant about not keeping him in the hospital after his surgery. He wanted him to come home because he felt like the home care was going to be way better than what he could get in the hospital. And that's all due to the job that Clint does with him and the care that he provides. So while he can toot my horn, I can toot his because I think we both do a great job of
that. What are some of the greatest misconceptions that people in the outside community should know about the people that you've grown close to and that you work with?
Oh, man. So some of the greatest things that you can find out is that the joy that they bring. Like, I actually sit in his room, we watch sports and UFC and boxing, and it's just like me being with someone I went to school with or someone that I grew up with. You know, honestly, they're just like me and you. There is no difference other than their appearance, their disability, their appearance from what you see. That if you look past the wheelchair and their disability and get to know them, they're just like us. They have a lot of things to share. They teach you a lot. I've been taught a lot by doing this job. I've been humbled by a lot of things I've learned and got to experience and understand doing this job. So if people just, if all of us just, like I said, we embraced what we have sometimes and listen and learn, and just watch, you'll find out it's a like I said, it's an umbrella of love and excitement that you get. Like we sit here and we watch movies on Friday nights and we eat popcorn and everybody's laughing and everybody's having a good time, and it's like what's better than that?
Yeah. The ultimate goal is to allow them to live their lives to the fullest, right? It's all about that YOLO, you only live once. And so, you try to help them to live their lives to the fullest, whatever that may look like for that particular individual. And so it is a serious task. I would tell anyone to really think about it seriously. It is a sacrifice, and you have to realize that sometimes that sacrifice is needed. But you're there for that purpose, and it will not only enrich your life in the end, but it'll enrich the lives of the people that you take care of.
I don't know how anybody could say it any better. Clint Dinah, thank you so very much for speaking
Thank
with
you.
me today. It's an honor to have met you and spoken with you. Congratulations on your family. What a wonderful
Thank you
story.
very much.